Did you hear about the 11-year-old who made the physicians bend over backward to accommodate him? His narrative demonstrates how one unselfish deed may have a profound impact on the lives of others. Even though Liang Yaoyi didn't live as long as normal people, he achieved something that made him incredibly popular in a nation of over 1 billion people. Welcome to USA Stories channel. Do not forget to subscribe and activate the bell button to receive all new updates. Now let's go to the story. This narrative takes place in the Guangdong province of Shenzhen, South China. It is the story of a tiny kid who, in 2014, succeeded in getting 3 physicians to bend down for him after he passed away. For deities, emperors, or those who had done something very noble, there was a threefold bow. What, therefore, was the reason for the physician's response? The youngster in the narrative, Liang, was a typical little boy in his little Chinese city of Shenzhen. He had no medical issues at birth and was robust and healthy. Like most boys his age, he attended to school, played games with his friends, and engaged in other activities. He shared his friend's desire of becoming an inventor when he grew older. When tragedy hit, everything was altered. When he was 9 years old, he informed his mother that he felt a little lightheaded one day. At first, his mother assumed it was only a small fever, so she gave him over-the-counter medicine in the hopes that he would recover quickly. We assumed Liang's condition was minimal when he arrived home, so I grabbed him some medication from the drugstore. By the next day, or in 2 or 3 days, we all thought he would be well. We had assumed that everything would just get back to normal, but things ended up getting worse. Liang's condition didn't get better. Instead, it grew more terrifying every day. We had to take him to the hospital since it was unlike anything we had ever seen, she remarked. Liang underwent a battery of tests at the hospital, and upon receiving the findings, the physicians discovered that Liang had a brain tumor. How difficult it must have been to inform a young child and his mother that he had a terminal illness, that he would not be able to attend school regularly or play with his friends as much because of hospital stays, and that he would always have to live in fear of dying because everyone knew that not many people survive cancer. Liang's parents were inconsolable. They knew the seriousness of the news without the doctor having to explain it to them. His parents started crying as soon as the test results were shared. They sobbed uncontrollably and were ill with anxiety. Liang was upbeat, but they didn't want to lose their precious newborn son. He had goals to accomplish, and he couldn't pass away without leaving an impact. He was confident that he could beat the illness if he had enough willpower. When his health permitted, the small kid went to school and took his pills as directed. Liang determined that being a doctor who would help save lives was a better fit for him than pursuing his goals of being an entrepreneur. An incident involving bone marrow transfusion that he heard about in school greatly influenced a decision he made afterward. Liang's health worsened as the days stretched into months and the months into years. Going to school became tougher and harder for him. He became so weak that he required many tubes to keep him alive for a significant period of time. While he was in the hospital, Liang did his best to maintain his positive attitude. Although he was sad about not being able to attend school, his family made an effort to keep him busy while he was in the hospital. His siblings gave him a lot of books to read and visited him in turns. In a matter of days, he finished each one. Due to their lack of riches, his parents' finances were severely impacted by the high expense of his therapy. In addition to the financial difficulties, it was difficult to witness their loved ones suffer greatly. For the family, it was a really difficult period. Nor did his medical staff give up trying to keep him alive. They did infinite study to make sure he survived, but it was all in vain. Many operations were performed, and a large amount of medicine was administered, yet nothing seemed to have any effect. It was a terrible circumstance. Liang's parents realized his time on Earth was running out when he was 11 years old, and there had been no discernible change. Even though Liang might not live long, he was determined to make a difference. Books had taught him so much about his condition, and one of the stories he'd read in school had given him an idea of what to do. Consequently, he decided what to say and told it. He informed his mother his last desire one day when she visited him in the hospital. After his passing, the hospital was to receive a donation of his organs. He claimed it would be better for them to give them to someone who needed them to survive, because he wouldn't need them when he passed away. It would be an opportunity for me to serve others and experience life in a different way. This would be my personal method of bringing joy to others and improving the state of the planet, he declared. He stressed in his conversation with his mother how crucial it was that his dream be fulfilled. There are a lot of people doing amazing things in this world, he declared. They're awesome, and I want to be an even better kid. I want to make a lasting impression, even if I may not have much time left. I want this to serve as a lasting tribute to me, something that will remind them of my presence. Though discussing her own child's dying request is hardly a mother's dream, Lee Kun could not help but be pleased with her kid for his altruistic choice. She gave in to his request with tears in her eyes, which made Liang extremely pleased. Liang aimed to accomplish despite life having given him a bad hand. He felt he didn't need to live long to do anything great. Even though he was unaware of the consequences of his choice, he undoubtedly got what he wanted. Liang lost his struggle against cancer in June 2014, despite his unwavering perseverance. His brothers and parents were devastated. Although his mother didn't know how to preserve his memories, she was shocked to learn of his passing. The physicians had been informed of his desire prior to his death. They pledged to see to it that his request was fulfilled, shocked that someone so young could make such a choice. Organ donation was not common in China. People scarcely considered to donate their organs freely, and the deceased were burned. In China, finding a willing blood donor was extremely difficult. Remarkably, fewer than 1% of the people in need of these life-saving treatments ever gets them. Despite China being the country that conducts more transplants than any other country outside the US, Liang probably didn't realize the significance of his choice, having just learnt about it in school. But making a decision like that required a decent person. The physicians encircled the 11-year-old after receiving permission from his mother to remove his organs, leaving them unable to assist the 5th grader who had dreamed of being one of them in the future. They then paid respect by bending down 3 times. This type of offering is only appropriate for gods, emperors, and good people. He most definitely earned it. They assisted in fulfilling his intentions a short while later. His liver and kidneys were successfully removed and used. Some heroes are 11-year-olds with golden hearts. Not all heroes wear capes. The persons Liang Yaoyi gave his organs to still have a special place in their hearts. Lee Kun said, "I'm very happy for Liang. Even though my kid was only alive for 11 years, I think he accomplished a lot in a short amount of time. I'm confident that his noble deed will go on forever and that he won't be forgotten." Even though Liang was still very young, he gave his siblings and me some invaluable life lessons that we would never forget. Acts of selflessness such as this ought to be honored, remembered, and talked about all the time. It is imperative that others take inspiration from Liang's actions and use their own abilities to change the world. What are your thoughts on this donation of organs? Post your ideas in the comments below. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our videos. If you enjoyed the tale, the next video that plays on your screen will probably move you too.